Good evening, Postal family. How's everybody doing? My name is Saeed. Welcome back to my channel. What's going on this Tuesday evening? Today, what I'm looking at, on one side, we have the USPS pension. The other side, we have the bonus, the management bonus. So I'm just taking a look at it as to how the comparison is, what's right and what's wrong, what's unfair, all that good stuff. But first, if you're new to the channel, my name is Saeed. Postal content is what I do, love to do. Thanks everybody for all you do for me. Keep giving me the thumbs up, smash that hype button. Thanks for everything you all share always in the comments. Appreciate it very much. Keep it coming. Good stuff you all share, questions. I tried to catch up on most of the comments. I'm trying day by day. Just a lot of communication. Thank God for that, everything. So everything I say on here is from my views, my research. I don't speak on behalf of USPS Post Office in any of my videos. So the hot topic right now, as discussed in the last video, the pension, USPS pension is halted. Post Office is not contributing towards FERS. Now this doesn't mean your part doesn't come out. You're still contributing towards your retirement. And as to how long it's temporary, we don't know. Just their part of contribution has been halted. They don't give us a date or anything like that when it's going to be taken back, but we don't know yet. So I'm looking at the other side, the bonuses of who haven't stopped. The USPS pension versus bonus, we have a double standard. While management is telling carriers to accept a pension freeze for the sake of agency, they are keeping their own incentive programs intact. The money at stake, the pension freeze. As of April 10, the USPS has suspended the employer's share of FERS, Federal Employees Retirement System, contributions. The savings. This saves the USPS roughly $200 million every 2 weeks, totaling about $2.5 billion for the fiscal year. What's the impact of this? While it doesn't affect your current paycheck or your own TSP contributions, it's a massive IOU being written against the future of the retirement fund. Management pay and bonuses. While the pension is frozen, executive and administrative schedule EAS employees just saw pay increases. We all know this. As of January 10, 2026, salary ranges for EAS grades 17 to 21 were increased by 3%. And all other EAS grades were increased by 1%. Here we are on the verge of company going bankrupt, but the increases here are not stopping. I mean, how that makes sense, we don't know. Every carrier, everyone who's not management wants to find that out. So the performance loophole, management bonuses paid per performance are treated as contractual compensation. Postmaster General David Steiner's stance is that these are essential for retention to prevent supervisors from jumping ship to Amazon or UPS. So basically, we need to keep paying them or keep giving them increases, make sure they don't jump to our competitors. So the same thing cannot be said for the carriers if they want to jump to Amazon. So, we're not that important. So the hypocrisy. The cash crisis excuse. Steiner testified to Congress in March this last month that the USPS will be out of cash in 12 months without these drastic measures. Selective sacrifices. If the house is on fire and we need to save $2.5 billion by stopping pension payments, why are we still spending millions on management incentives and EAS raises that went into effect only 3 months ago? The NALC APWU split. The NALC. Brian Renfro has called the pension pause not ideal, but is largely blaming Congress for not fixing the legislative constraints, like the unfair CSRS obligations. This whole sentence is irrelevant because he's a puppet of management, basically. He's not going to say anything wrong about management. He's probably going to be in management once he goes down. He loses his president's seat in a few months here. So that's anything he says will not include management or anything negative like that. So The APWU is taking a harder line, holding town halls like the one in April 14, just recently, a few days ago. Actually, what's today? That's today, actually. Severe financial crisis and how it impacts workers while management stays protected. So carrier pensions FERS suspended. EAS management pay increased January of this past January. Executive bonus maintained, still coming. We're on the verge of bankruptcy, Steiner says, in 12 months, but all this is maintained so that they don't go to Amazon or UPS. They told us the piggy bank was empty. On April 10, they stopped paying into our pensions to save $2.5 billion. But did they stop the management bonuses? No. In fact, most supervisors just got a 3% raise in January. Why is the crash crisis only a crisis for the people actually delivering the mail? So we know the great pension heist. On April 10, the USPS officially stopped its employer contribution. FERS, we know the saving, they're saying $2.5 billion we're going to save in the whole fiscal year. The excused Postmaster General David Steiner warned Congress in March that the USPS would literally run out of cash in less than 12 months without this move. The carrier reality. While they say your retirement isn't immediately impacted, they're essentially taking the money meant for your future to pay for today's gas and light bills. That's a very good way to put it. Management double standard will know. While the pension boots on the ground is being frozen, management pay hasn't skipped a beat. The new raises. Last January, a new EAS salary chart went into effect. Most supervisor postmasters grades 15 to 26 saw their salary floors and ceilings adjusted upward. Needs to be going downward to save some more money for the whole entire USPS, but it's going the other way, upward. And Steiner's excuse, we don't want to lose anybody to our competitors. The bonus loophole. Management bonuses are technically called pay-per performance, we know, because these are contractual incentives, we know, for meeting safety and delivery goals. They are treated as essential operational costs rather than discretionary benefits. The retention argument. Steiner already told you guys he doesn't want to freeze management pay because he is afraid they will quit and go to Amazon or UPS. That's a great excuse, though. We don't want to lose any of them to our competitors. So just keep paying them our last cent while we run out of cash totally, and we can't pay nobody, but we'll still give them everything. $2.5 billion amount taken from carrier pension contributions this year. $400 million what the USPS used to pay into FERS every single month before the freeze. $263 million the amount the president's budget just allocated for the USPS OIG alone for 2026 operations. 3% increase. The top end pay adjustment many EAS management grades received just 90 days before the pension freeze. So let me get this straight. We have enough money for EAS raises in January. We have money for management performance bonuses, but by April the piggy bank is so empty that you have to stop paying into our pensions. He's conserving cash, Postmaster Steiner says, but it seems like he's only conserving it from the people actually delivering the mail. They're betting that we won't notice because our paychecks look the same today. But they're gambling with our tomorrow. What do you guys think? Should management bonuses be the first thing to go when the cash runs low, or are we just the piggy bank for their bad budgeting? Let me know always in the comments. You all know that if you're a carrier dealing with this on your route, tell your story below. Don't forget, always, well, you guys know what to do. I'm going to say all that. So that's what we're looking at, just a comparison of the pension freeze versus what's going on with the you-know-who, all their bonuses, and, nothing. We want to retain them. They're the good guys. We don't want them to go to Amazon and UPS, so we'll keep chunking on their salary and paper, whatever they call it, bonuses. So I don't know how that makes any sense. I mean, if Steiner was telling the truth, this all would be stopped, but apparently he's not telling the truth. He wants those billions from the Congress, bailout, all that good stuff. Pensions, he didn't think of it seriously, so they stopped the pensions. They call it temporary, but we don't know how temporary it is. It could be till the end of the year. We just don't know. The way he's sounding, this bailout is, it's a very necessity right now for us to survive. But yet, only when we look at all the bonuses, everything, we know that's a lie. So everything would have stopped if any company would. That would be the logical. I always think of logic, try to make sense. Any company, we're a public service, but I'm just saying, throw in any company out there. They announce, okay, your pensions are stopped. We're going under if we don't get this billions from this such and such. We're going under in 12 months. You would think the next step would be to just keep everybody's base salary, try to survive on that. Nothing extra, extra out of the ordinary would be given, especially not millions and raises and all that. But apparently that's not the situation. So that's how we know he's not telling the whole truth. Money is there to be given to bonuses, but don't want to give into pensions anymore. So we get all that. We weren't born yesterday. Carriers know what's up, what's going on exactly, and it's just tough right now. He's saying the bailout is needed, and if we don't get the bailout, the piggy bank will run dry in less than 12 months. And the Amazon deal is done. We will get 80% of the volume from Amazon, 20% they're keeping. So we already have UPS Shore Post. I'm sure you guys notice those. Granted, it's not as much, but it's there. And as far as what Steiner said about the bidding system, it didn't go as planned at all. I can't get extra details on it because nothing is being shared. It's being hid. I don't think nothing came out of it. I don't know if anybody bid on the little location in our trucks to get a separate customer to put all their stuff to shipping. I don't think that worked into anything. So all we got is UPS Shore Post, and then Amazon, 80% of their volume is coming back to us. The deal is done. So that's what we're looking at. I just want to take a comparison look of the current times, what companies paying, different aspects, and the pension freeze versus whose bonuses and pay incentives and raises and whatnot. So that's it for right now, guys. Until next time, always take care of yourself. Be safe out there. And until next time, MailmanSyed out. We'll see you on the next day.